you already know something is shifting. Because before God reveals a chosen one's true assignment, He tests them deeply, quietly, in ways most people never recognize until the season has already passed. And if these tests have been happening to you, your time is closer than you think. The journey of a chosen one is never random. Every challenge, every delay, every inner battle, none of it is an accident. Chosen ones are shaped long before they're elevated, refined long before they're revealed, strengthened long before they're positioned. Today, we're going to discover 9 spiritual tests God gives His chosen ones right before He reveals their true assignment. And if you recognize even 3 of these, your next chapter has already begun. Stay with me. First, the separation test. Before elevation comes separation. People fade. Connections dissolve. Rooms you once belonged to suddenly feel foreign. You sit in familiar places, look at familiar faces, and something inside you whispers, "I don't belong here anymore." It feels like loss, but it's actually protection. Because God will never build your next chapter on top of old influences that can follow you forward. If relationships are falling away without explanation, if the old world feels too small, pay attention. Separation is always the first sign that God is preparing something new. Next up, the silence test. Every chosen one goes through a season where God goes quiet. No confirmations, no signs, no open doors, just silence. And in that silence, doubts begin to whisper. Was I wrong? Did I imagine it? Did God change His mind? This is where many people panic. Because when heaven goes quiet, the temptation to chase external reassurance grows strong. But chosen ones learn to walk by faith, not noise. The silence isn't punishment, it's training. Training your intuition. Training your trust. Training your ability to stand even when you don't hear anything. If God is quiet, it's because He's strengthening your spiritual hearing. Lean in. The third test is the humility test. Before the assignment comes, the ego must be stripped. You're overlooked, underestimated, ignored. People don't see your value on purpose. Not because you're unworthy, but because God is protecting you from pride, comparison, and the need for validation. Humility refines power. This test ensures that when influence comes, your heart can handle it. If you're being overlooked in this season, it's not rejection, it's refinement. Then there's the isolation test. Now, separation is when people leave you. Isolation is when God pulls you away. You withdraw from the noise. Conversations drain you. Distractions lose their power. You start craving stillness instead of stimulation, solitude instead of noise, depth instead of chaos. Many mistake this for depression, but spiritually, it's recalibration. God isolates you so He can instruct you, so He can reset you, so He can speak without interference. If you're feeling disconnected from the world, it's because a new version of you is being formed in silence. Your transformation requires privacy. The fifth test is the character test, and this is one of the hardest. You face situations where the old version of you would react emotionally, impulsively, aggressively. And even though those reactions feel justified, you know better now. Chosen ones are called to respond with integrity, even when it's difficult. To speak truth when lying would be easier. To forgive when holding a grudge feels safer. To walk away when revenge feels tempting. This test reveals whether you're truly ready for the weight of your assignment. Your calling requires a character stronger than your environment. Pay attention to how you respond, because every reaction is preparation. The sixth test is the delay test. Delay makes chosen ones question everything. Your prayers feel unanswered. Your progress feels slow. Your timing feels off. Doors stay closed, even when you're certain they should be open. But delay is not denial. Delay is development. The longer the delay, the greater the alignment being formed behind the scenes. God stretches your patience to match the size of your calling. Because if the blessing arrives before you're ready, it becomes a burden, not a gift. If your life feels stuck, it's not stuck, it's synchronized. Something is coming together that you can't see yet. Test number 7 is the temptation test. Right before a breakthrough, temptation spikes. Old patterns reappear. Old relationships resurface. Old habits knock on the door. Old cycles try to reactivate. This isn't a coincidence. It's strategy. Temptation doesn't target where you are. It targets where you're going. This is the invitation to go backward right at the moment you're closest to elevation. The enemy brings back exactly what God delivered you from to see if you're strong enough to protect what you prayed for. If old doors are calling your name again, it's because a new one is about to open. Next, we have the identity test. This is the deepest battle. Who am I really? What am I meant to do? Why me? Am I enough? Is this truly my path? God allows this inner shaking because an identity built on insecurity cannot carry divine purpose. Your assignment requires alignment, a grounded identity, a clear sense of calling, a stable foundation within yourself. If you're questioning everything about who you are, it's not failure, it's transformation. Confusion is often the doorway to a more authentic version of you. You're not losing yourself, you're meeting your true self. And finally, the 9th and hardest test, the surrender test. Surrender isn't giving up. It's letting go of the illusion that you're supposed to control every outcome. It's when you stop forcing timelines, stop chasing answers, stop trying to hold everything together. It's the moment you breathe and say, God, lead me. Even if the path is different than I expected. Surrender is not passive, it's powerful. It activates revelation. It aligns you with what was already prepared for you. The moment you release control, you make room for clarity. If everything feels out of your hands right now, it's because it's finally in God's. If these tests are happening in your life, you're closer to your assignment than you realize. God doesn't test the unchosen. He prepares the ones He plans to elevate. Your challenges are not random. Your growth is not unnoticed. Your journey is not accidental. Stay patient. Stay aligned. Stay faithful. Because what's coming is bigger than what you lost and greater than what you imagined. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, subscribe for more content to guide you on your journey.